Hello and welcome to the Magic the Blabbering podcast. I'm your host Nick with Josh, and today we're going to be going over Josh's adventure at MagicCon Las Vegas and all the fun things that he did aside from getting married.
Yeah. I did that. Not at MagicCon. I tried to do that. I actually emailed some people at Wizards of the Coast to see if we could do that on one of the stages there, but just wasn't in the cards. So yeah, we did it at a wedding chapel on the Monday after MagicCon. But yeah.
Yeah.
MagicCon was 2 weeks ago now, but I just got back because we did an extended vacation, kind of honeymoon type thing after MagicCon. But so MagicCon, if in case you guys don't know, is a big Magic convention that they have every year, three times a year normally. There's three scheduled for next year so far. The first one's in Chicago, one in Las Vegas in the summer, and then the last one that's scheduled right now is in Atlanta for 2025. And it's a big convention where people just get together that love Magic and play Magic and all things Magic all weekend. I think there was like 15,000 people is what I heard there over the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts. So the South Hall at the Las Vegas Convention Center, we took up three-quarters of the whole thing. I think there was like a little bridal show in part of it. But we already had our stuff planned, so we didn't need to go there. So we stuck to MagicCon all weekend.
Did you encounter any wild people going, what's going on over here? What are these people doing? Any of that?
No. In fact, my cousin flew in from California for our wedding, and she got there Sunday, and she was talking to the Uber driver from the airport, and she said, "Yeah, my cousin's here for MagicCon." He's like, "Oh yeah, there's a lot of people here." Like, I mean, he knew exactly what it was pretty. It seemed like mainstream there. They knew exactly what was happening. So
It's just so different from back in the day. I remember going to conventions that maybe were 1,000, sub 1,000 people, a few hundred.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You're walking in and you got like bridal showers, other things going on. They're like, what are you guys doing?
Right,
So this
yeah.
is just so night and day.
And like, I know Magic players have the bad rap of the sweaty neckbeard, non-showered people. And I mean, I run into that sometimes, at my local game store, but for the most part, I mean, having 15,000 people there, like there's like a handful there, which, I mean, whatever. But like, I mean, out of 15,000 people, it's your everyday folks that are playing Magic now. I mean, it's changed, especially the last, probably decade. But that stigma's still there with, the sweaty neckbeard people. But I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. But like, I mean, 15,000 people, you don't run. At any of the Magic, I've been to three so far. At any of the Magic cons, I haven't really ran into that. And it's it's people from all walks of life. It's every kind of person you can imagine there, and all super.
Yeah,
cool.
not just a bunch of hipster guys who are doing something weird in a corner.
Yeah, it's not.
No one else goes on.
Yeah, it's not like just the regular like white male dominated thing. It's a huge very diverse crowd, and people just are there that love playing Magic, and it's awesome. It's a whole weekend full of Magic, and it's a whole weekend full of hanging out with people with the same love for Magic that you have, and it's awesome. It's probably my favorite thing about Magic now. Oh, we got our tickets back in like April or May, I want to say, and I didn't start my whole YouTube channel and all that stuff till the middle of May, so I got in late. Doing that, I hadn't really built a following enough to get a creator badge for this one, which I put in my application for Chicago. Hopefully, fingers crossed that gets put through and I get to go to Chicago as a creator. But this time, we just went as regular, attendees. So last year we did the Black Lotus package, which is the, expensive VIP package. We did the same thing this year. If you have the means to do that and you're able to get in on that, I highly recommend that. You get all kinds of early access to stuff that regular badges don't get access to. A lot of MagicCon is there's a lot of lines of stuff. The VIP lets you kind of bypass that for the most part, especially in the morning getting in and like standing in line for the artists and stuff. But
so you just got to cut everybody through everything.
So the VIP pass gives you an hour early access to the show. So the floor doesn't open till 10 every day, and then the Black Lotus folks get to go in at 9. So yeah, you get a whole hour. Before.
Do you have access to like vendors and everything? Is it just
if the vendors are open? A lot of them are still getting set up and stuff. But for the most part, like what it's really helpful for is like Ultra Pro has exclusive play mats and deck boxes and stuff for the weekend. You can go get in line for those ahead of time. and like they had one playmat that was limited to 150. They did 50 every day. I didn't really care for it, so I didn't go stand in line or whatever for it. But if you had Black Lotus, you definitely had an advantage in getting one of those if you wanted one.
Okay.
So yeah, it has a lot of perks. You get a giant swag bag full of stuff, some really cool stuff. Which I'm going to do a video, regular video for my YouTube channel just about MagicCon, and I'm probably going to do one just about Black Lotus. And
see all the goodies you get.
Yeah,
how many Magic cards do you get involved?
Yeah, I'll be able to show off a bunch of that stuff. I have a few things here to show off today, but so one of the things that comes with the Black Lotus package is you get to go in on Thursday. So you get to go on the con doesn't officially open until Friday. So you go in on Thursday. I think it was like 3 to 6, 2 to 6, something like that. You could go in, you could pick up your badges or pick up all your swag and all that stuff. And then from I think 6 to 8, they let you go up to the merchandise store and go and you get early access to that. So we totally took advantage of that this time. We didn't do it last year because we didn't get in town in time, but this year we flew in we got there like 6 a.m. on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went and picked up our marriage license, had some breakfast, checked out the Atomic Museum, played some pinball at the Hall of Fame there, and then went to our hotel, tried to get a quick nap, and then went over and picked up our stuff and went and got to shop at the store, which is really nice because by getting to do that on Thursday, we planned all the stuff that we were going to get. We were able to just go there, get it all, take it back to the hotel, and we didn't have to worry about carrying anything around, all weekends. Whereas Friday, if we went and got our stuff, we would have had to carry that around all day Friday, and that just would have been a pain in the butt. So it was really nice getting there, that early access on Thursday. So
did you say a few hundred? Were there like 1,000 people in early access?
There was a couple hundred, and I would say probably less than 500. So I'd say, I'd say between 200 and 300 is what my guess would be.
Okay.
So you with the VIP Black Lotus badge, you get access to the Black Lotus Lounge. So they give you like snacks and stuff throughout the day. You could just go in this lounge and hang out. In the morning, they open the lounge at 8:30. So from 8:30 to 9, you can go in, hang out. They have people walking around, like they work for Wizards of the Coast and stuff. They've got some like muffins and like pastries and stuff in there, some juice for breakfast, and then they'll let you go in at 9. But like Aaron Forsyth, Matt Tabak, they were hanging around like in the lounge almost the whole entire weekend, unless they had like I know Aaron had a couple panels to do, but Matt Tabak basically ran the Black Lotus Lounge, and so they have a lot of stuff that you can do in there too throughout the weekend. They give you packs with your badge to do a draft that goes all weekend. So you get 2 packs, or you got 4 packs on Thursday when you got your stuff, and then you can add a collector booster each day to your deck. And so you're kind of building your deck all weekend and playing against other people there in the lounge, and they have a little paper for you to sign. And then you got your extra packs and stuff. They had a plane chase. Unknown plane chase event there for the Black Lotus people, where they made up the the unknown cards, right? The mystery booster.
You're talking about these?
I can't see that. Yeah,
like the mystery booster cards.
Yeah, so they made planes. So they're big. Actually, I've got some here. I'll show you real quick.
Like indicate.
So the the plane. So like for plane chase.
Yeah.
So the first one's Black Lotus Lounge, Artist Alley. It's like parts of MagicCon, like different things to do at MagicCon, and they do a different effect. So like this one, I'll just give an example. This is Black Lotus Lounge. The plane is MagicCon. When you planeswalk here, and at the beginning of your upkeep, create a Black Lotus artifact token. And then whenever chaos ensues, each player draws a card for each artifact token they control. So they ran that event on Saturday. You had to bring your own commander deck, and then they would put you in different pods, and then you each got a plane chase deck and a big like giant planer die.
Cool.
Yeah, that was one of the events they had. They had like on-demand drafts all weekend, so you could just go up and do a draft, it was mostly Innistrad, Midnight Hunt, because
really?
Because it was around Halloween, and I think they had a bunch of that product like left over. They're trying to fire sale out and get rid of.
I mean, maybe it was a good limited. I haven't heard much about limited stirrings. Maybe it's usually Innistrad's good for limited. Maybe it was fine.
So
I don't know.
they gave us like I think it was like Midnight Hunt and a couple Duskmorn, I think is what it was. So
okay. So be on theme, but also use some old inventory.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So just, I mean, there's something going on in the lounge all weekend. So like, if you get your badge, you could not even sign up for a single event and just spend all weekend
You'd be
in
fully
the lounge. And
entertained.
yeah, absolutely.
Did it have
Um,
accommodations like food, drink, things like that?
so yeah, so in the morning they had, like I said, pastries and muffins and juice, and
Okay.
then throughout the day they had water, soda, like trail mix and like crackers and stuff like that. Just snacks throughout the day, not like a full meal. But
No
they had
alcohol, anything like
no,
that?
yeah, no alcohol. But I did do an event that you got alcohol. I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And you get this, little tiki mug. So I'll show that off. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so they have the lounge split up, which was really cool this year. They didn't do this last year. So one side had big round tables that you could go eat and stuff at, and then they had a room across the hall that was just square tables or rectangular like lines of tables. That was the play area. So they had all the play events in that side, and then the other side was kind of just to kind of chill out and hang out in there, and get away from the crowd and kind of give you a mental break. Um,
Were there a lot of Magic celebs kind of in that lounge some of the time
yeah,
too, beyond
so
just Matt back?
yes,
Just to think, because I'd like, people want to get their parasocial relationship going, like, oh, this person I watch online all the time,
yeah.
they're right in front of me.
Yeah, I know. So Mark Rosewater came by like every morning.
Okay.
Um, and I know throughout the weekend there was, a bunch of different creators and stuff that would kind of just drop by, but it was all like kind of unannounced. So you just kind of had to be there, right place, right time type of deal. But yeah, there's all kinds of like Wizards employees, all kinds of creators, coming in and out of the lounge all weekend. Ran into Brandon Cloud. He's the guy that basically organizes all the MagicCons, and I got to talk to him. He signed a land for one of my binders. That was pretty cool. The it was so I got Mark Rosewater to sign one of the lands, Matt Tabak and Aaron Forsyth.
Oh, what land did Mark Rosewater sign? That's
He
curious to me.
signed the Unstable Island.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. An unland, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So I brought those, with me and kind of set up in that room every morning, and got we played, we play our game to get our packs for the next day, normally in the mornings, and then so I brought the big binders too and kind of set them out, and there was a couple people that had the Black Lotus badge that met me in the lounge to give me lands. So they set up something cool too this year, which was awesome, was a Discord channel for all the Black Lotus
Okay.
people. And
Oh,
yeah, so we kind of got to know each other through Discord before the con even. So that was pretty cool. Because so I kind of we kind of like posted stuff on Discord, and I posted, what I was doing with collecting all the basic lands and whatever, and posted, my Moxfield link to what lands I needed, and like three or four people reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to bring these lands for you, and I'll meet you there, at MagicCon in the Black Lotus Lounge." And so yeah, it was cool. I had a few people bring me lands. One guy brought me like all of the Kaldheim snow lands, which I didn't have any of them
oh.
because I didn't collect Kaldheim. So yeah.
All-time lands, snow lands are hard to get too. They were like, I think they're all over $1.
Oh really?
Like
Yeah.
they're not cheap. They weren't very readily available. They weren't in the bundles. They just were like hard to come by. Because when I wanted to play snow in some of my commander decks, I was just like,
Yeah.
why was it easier to get the old snowlands than the all-time snowlands? So just I think it was COVID and other things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but on
So
top of it, just yeah.
yeah. So that was cool. People brought me a bunch of lands, for that project. And I had, so Matt and Aaron were sitting down at a table, and I asked them if they wanted to sign a land. And it was kind of funny. Like, it was really cool because they were like loving it. They were looking through every single page of the lands, and they had like comments for, all the sets. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, it was like their commentary was awesome. They were just kind of like going through reminiscing and like calling out like all the dumb stuff that they did in the past with some of the lands and
Oh,
everything. It was really funny to listen to. It's that was one of my probably it was up there my favorite memories of the weekend, having those two
I wish you
sit there.
recorded that. That would have been a
Yeah.
nice little segment. Oh, I would love to see that.
Yeah, it was.
Why did we make this mountain that looks like a freaking arrow or something?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So that was fun. So back to Thursday. We shopped, and then we went back to our hotel, got some dinner, and then Thursday night. So I got kind of after I started, doing the whole content creation thing, YouTube and Instagram and stuff. I met up with this group of people that run this Discord server called She EDH, and it's for basically female players, kind of giving them a safe space to hang out and play and stuff like that. Men are welcome there, but they don't they're not going to put up with any bullshit in there. And I kind of joined that because my at the time fiance, she's been really supportive and has been going to all the Magic Cons. She loves the Magic Cons, I think, as much as I do. She had a pretty bad experience with a guy last year, just like transphobic and like very like male chauvinist, like kind of the worst of the Magic players. And so I kind of wanted to find a safe space for her, and so I kind of got involved in this Discord community with these ladies. And so she would have kind of a safe space to play, especially while we're at MagicCon, and hopefully she can make a few friends there.
Yeah.
But so they had an Airbnb there in Vegas, and they had a big a party on Thursday night, and for a bunch of other creators and stuff. And so we went there and just played Magic at next to the pool outside, and met some really awesome people. There's all kinds of creators there, other creators. There's people playing Magic outside, playing Magic inside, playing Mario Kart. Just there was somebody working on their cosplay. It was a pretty cool vibe. And so I sat down and played a couple Commander games. My wife sat down. She plays Shelob is her commander from the Lord of the Rings, and there was a guy there that had a Shelob deck, and so they did Shelob versus Shelob. They had dueled Spider versus Spider, and their game went on for like 2 hours. I was like,
oh my god!
I was outside playing, and I just like texted her. I was like, hey, you doing good? And she's like, yeah, our game's still going. I was like, oh my god! I mean, it was literally like a 2-hour game just between those two. She loved every minute of it. He loved every minute of it. He's a super cool dude. That he just came in for MagicCon for I think Friday and Saturday maybe. He has a video production company, so he was like shooting video at the party and was doing some trailers and stuff for the SheEDH Discord. And super cool dude. He needed a ride to his hotel, so we had a rental car and we drove him back to the hotel and kind of made a connection there, just out of the blue, just a random guy at this party. And it was super cool guy from Texas, and there's people from all over the place. But that was pretty fun. That was Thursday, and we were out pretty late, probably 12:30, 1 o'clock. And so we went back to the hotel, and then Friday morning, first thing, get up and get to the place by 8:30. By that time,
you get that priority.
I mean, by that time, like there was a giant line just even for the Black Lotus people to get in. Not to mention, like the entire queue to get in this big corral was full of people waiting to get into the convention. So luckily, like I guess we got there just before they opened the doors for the Black Lotus, so that's why they were, waiting outside. But once they opened the door, we got in, got everything set up and got to go in. And I think so we did 2 events on Friday. We did the unknown event with Gavin, which was they gave you 6 mystery booster packs, I think it was, and you built a commander deck, but the color identity didn't matter, so you just built you basically just built a 60 card commander deck, or a 60 card deck, and had a legendary creature that you could play
as will. Commander without, you could be mono white and then be 5 colors, which is kind of cool. Gives you a lot of opportunity to get creative.
And with the unknown events, you never know what format it's going to be, but we tried to do as many as we could this weekend because we wanted to do open up the mystery booster 2 packs. My fiance opened a foil Flusterstorm out of her. She didn't realize the foils were super rare, so we held on to that. I built a Gadok deck, a prison deck, so that was pretty fun. She built Minskin Boo was her commander.
Oh, yeah, that's a strong one.
So she wanted to play me. She was so excited to play me, and then she read my commander, and she's like, Planeswalkers are not creature, aren't they? I was like, yep, they sure are.
I can't play my commander with yours out.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun. So that was Friday. That was Friday morning. Actually, that was the only event we did on Friday. We did 2 on Saturday. So Friday, we did that event, and then we kind of just walked around and looked at the vendors. I ran into Pleasant Kenobi Friday morning. I don't know if you know him from YouTube.
Yeah, the British guy?
Yeah, super cool dude, cool dude. Ran in him Friday morning, talked to him for a little bit. And then, we just kind of walked around. So it was split up in 2 levels. So the upstairs was the main stage, the store, the creators area. They have themed play areas. So they have, one area looks like a haunted house from Duskmorn. They have bookshelves and all the, a wall full of TVs playing creepy videos and stuff. And they have tables. They have tables there that you can sit at and play. And then right next to it, they have Bloomburrow, which is they have the little cute kitchen of the one of the rabbits or something. And you could had tables there to set up and play. And they have the whole artist section upstairs.
Okay.
With all the artists there. And then downstairs they had all the like regular vendors, like your Card Kingdoms, your Star City Games, those types of vendors. And then so that was half of the downstairs, and the other half was reserved for all the events, so for people to play Magic. And so we spent most of the Friday downstairs, and it was like 6:30 by the time we made our way upstairs, and it closed at 7. So we just really didn't have a whole lot of time upstairs on Friday. So I mean it's a lot. Like we were there, like I said, we got there at 8:30 in the morning and till 7. So that's like 11 hours. Wow. Just
straight Magic.
Playing Magic and walking around. I had these big ass binders with me, carrying around everywhere. So I learned a big lesson at this one on those. I need a little like wheeled cart because those sucked carrying this thing around all day.
Oh, my arms.
Yeah, we found a way to like strap it in between my backpack and my back, so I could carry one like that. But it was I'm definitely getting some sort of wheeled cart for the next one. So that was really Friday. Just
any novel gameplay experiences that you remember? Like anything you could like pick out that was like pretty funny?
I mean, playing Galactique versus Minsky was pretty funny. She won actually, but
oh my god,
yeah. So, but she wasn't happy with that. But I mean, we played some cool people, some cool opponents. Because once you build your deck, you just go around and you can like play the person that was sitting in front of you building your deck, or you can go find other people. It's not really structured, like they don't pair you up. You just kind of find people to play, and then you like mark off on your sheet if you won or lost, and then you take it up, and they give you. There's no prizes, so it's super casual. The only prize is there's like a special playtest card, or special playtest card that you get. So yeah, super casual. I really like those events. Let you do your deck building, let you open some cool cards, and it's like I said, a super casual play environment. So
is it favorably priced, like to do those events? Are they like discounted rates, or is it full retail?
No, it's full retail. Okay. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap to do any events at MagicCon. I mean, they're the prices are retail prices plus a little bit more because they have prize tickets and stuff like that. So so they have all that factored in. So it's definitely not cheaper, but you do get like a big variety of events that you can choose from to do.
Right.
Is the main draw. So that's why
I was just curious.
Yeah, that's what I really love about MagicCons is just the different events that you're able to pick from. So Saturday, we got there super early again. So we got there, between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. We had a event in the morning, which was a two-headed giant sealed, which it was a spooky sealed. So it was like Duskmorn, the Innistrad Midnight Hunt, the Return to Innistrad or whatever it's called. Was it?
Shadows over Innistrad.
Shadows, Eldritch Moon. I think we even got a Dark Ascension and Innistrad pack. I don't remember 100%, but it was all
Madison Restored, maybe.
It was all those horror themed sets. So we did that event. It was two-headed giant, which is fun for us because that way me and my wife can play together and build our decks together, open our packs together, do all hang out. And so that was our morning event. It was hosted by Lady Danger. I don't know if you know her. She's super nice. She was signing autographs and stuff like that. I got her to sign a card, a land for my binder. She was really cool. She had a play mat for everybody that played in the event to sign, so we signed that. And then we played our first game. We won the first game, pretty much only because our opponents got mana hosed. And then so our second round, we played against these two guys. And I don't know if you know the door card from Duskmorn that lets you. It just says if you control, I think 7 or more doors with different names, you win the game. Yeah, so we lost to that. Oh. This guy just built a mono doors deck, and we lost to that. So
like door.
Yeah. Cool story about that. Those two guys though was so I had them sign some cards in the binder, and one of the guys signed a Lorwyn land, and he had a cool Lorwyn tattoo. And then the guy that
the set symbol.
Yeah, the set. It was a set symbol, but it had like the like one of the land art like inside the set symbol. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And the guy that his partner had an Azorius tattoo on his arm, and
wow.
So he pulled out one of the guild lands from was it Ravnica? No, was it Guilds or
Alliances?
Yeah, Guilds of Ravnica or
Allegiance or
yeah, it was one of those two sets. Or well, both the sets had the guild lands, but he pulled out the Azorius one and signed it, and so I got pictures of them holding the cards up next to their tattoos and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So then finally, we had a chance to go upstairs after that event and hang out in the creator section, and so I talked to. Through the Discord, I talked to one of the Wizards employees and said, "Hey, you know, I'm a content creator, but I didn't get my creator's badge, and I put together this game, and I would like to, you know, give out some booster packs for prizes. Can you put me in touch with someone who could help out with that? Because I had emailed Wizards of the Coast, you know, months before this, same time I was emailing them about getting married there, and you know, it's a generic email box that I don't know if people check it or not, honestly, but." So they, you know, actually got back to me and said, "Hey, just talk to the person that's in charge of the creators when you get there, and see, you know, if they can take care of you with some packs." And so I went up and talked to the person. Actually, I think it was Saturday morning before the con even opened. I went up and talked to the person that's in charge of the creators. Super cool lady, Diana. She's in charge of all the creators. Talked to her for a while. You know, explains, you know, I'm a fairly new creator. All that stuff, and asked her, you know, I said, I have a game here that I'd like to do. Is there, you know, a way that you could give me a table and some product to give out to do this game? And she was just like, absolutely, like no questions. Just, you know, tell me what you want and it's yours. And so Saturday after our first event, we went upstairs and I talked to her. She gave me a collector's box and a play booster box to give out. And so I ran this game. It's guessing how well do you know your set symbols. And so I had them, you know, had this game set up. I play tested a little bit before I came, and so yeah, I did that for probably an hour. Oh man, it was probably that was the highlight of my weekend is doing that game. It was so fun. Do you want to do one real quick here? Do you want to play the game? Okay,
I think I'm pretty good at that.
You're pretty good at it. Okay,
I think I'm pretty good. Maybe I'm not. You've taken like anything the last 5 years.
You've taken a break from Magic though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I did was, so I have all the set symbols printed out on like this. Okay. And I have it kind of divided by difficulty. So these orange ones I call mythic. And so that one, so you had to do that to get the collector booster. And then these other three are, this is new sets. This is modern bordered sets. This is old bordered sets. You had to get one from each of those categories, in order to win 2 play boosters.
Okay.
And so you had to do, so what you have to do is get 2 out of 3 right. And then you can pass on one of them. So
let's do it.
All right. Let's do mythic for you. Let's start with the mythic ones.
Okay.
So what's this one?
Commander Legends?
Commander Legends, nice. Okay.
Oof, that was already hard to start. Is that Arch Enemy?
It's similar to it looks similar to Arch Enemy.
Ooh, I think I have to pass on that one if it's not Arch Enemy. No, wait. No, wait. That's
it's a dual deck.
Knights versus Dragons?
It's not. It's Elves versus.
Oh.
It's sorry.
Oh, it's Elves versus Goblins?
No, it's Merfolk versus Goblins.
Oh, yeah. Damn! I would have never got that. That's a tough one.
All right, you gotta get this next one.
Garrick versus Liliana?
Yep, Garrick versus Liliana. You're good at this. I should play test this.
That's weird. Yeah, I was like, that.
So that was the game that I did. I did that for like an hour. Probably did 20 or 25 games. It was super fun. Gave out a whole collector's box from Bloomberg, whole play booster box from
that's
Bloomberg.
so cool.
I recorded it all, so I'm going to be posting that on YouTube. I did just edited a bunch of them. Had a bunch of guys from MTG Goldfish play. Had a Pleasant Kenobi played. MTG Nerd Girl, I don't know if you know her, she played.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of the girls from SheEDH came over and played. I had this Canadian gaming place. I think like 3 guys were there. They all played, and then they went and got they went back to their booth and brought more people up from their booth to play. So they loved the game so much. It was really cool. And then probably the best thing from that was this guy. So there was this guy there with his dad, and I don't know if it was his brother or his friend, but he played, and he won, I believe. And then his friend or his brother played, and his dad played. They all played the game. And so then, like, I had my binders and stuff behind me, and my wife was trying. She was an all-star, like getting people to sign the lands in the binder, like making sure that people were coming over to play the game, kind of rounding people up. Once people started coming over and play the game, like it was just nonstop
chaos.
Yeah. Once people kind
of a collector booster, give it to me.
Yeah. I mean, like the worst thing, like you got your consolation prize was a play booster, so like the worst thing that's going to happen is if you sit down, you get them all wrong, you get a free booster pack. So so this guy and his dad and his friend or his brother was there, and they're looking through the land binders, and they were signing different lands and stuff. And he's like, "Hey, I have an alpha island. If you want, I can sign it and put it in the binder." I was like, "Yes, please." And so he was looking through his stuff. He didn't have it there with him, but he's like, "Oh, I know I brought it. It's in one of my decks back at the hotel. I'll meet up with you tomorrow." And I was like, "Sounds awesome." And so so I ended up. He like was gonna DM me on Twitter because he didn't have any other like social media, and I was like, just DM me somewhere, and we'll find a place to meet up. And so he tried DMing me on Twitter, but I guess I had my DMs turned off, which I didn't realize. I don't use Twitter a whole lot. So we just randomly we were going down the escalator, and he was coming up the escalator at the same time, and we were like, "Hey!" We just like pointed at each other. We were like, "Hey!" And so I was like, "I'll come up." So we went down and came back up, and so he gave me the
meant to be.
Yeah, he gave me the Alpha Island, signed it. Had a cool story with that, which I'm not gonna spoil right now. I'll put it on one of my YouTube videos, and I think I might have posted about it on my Facebook page. But very cool story to go along with it. But super cool dude. His name's Mason, and so he gave me my only alpha land that I have so far. I had somebody give me a beta mountain over the weekend, so for the binders. So yeah, really really cool, really fun. Like I said, running that game up in the Creators Central, like I mean, that was definitely the highlight of my weekend. My voice was gone after that. But talking for a straight hour and running that game, but super fun. I'm hoping to do it again in Chicago. Had a ton of positive feedback on it. So, I don't think there's a whole lot I'm going to change about the game. So if you're planning on going to MagicCon Chicago, study up on your set symbols, and maybe you can win some collector boosters.
What we really need is somebody to make some more stylized, fancy custom cards that are all the set symbols. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, that's what
like very nice.
This was just something that I had the idea.
This is step one. This is good. The game is sweet. Yeah,
I had the idea back 6 months ago, and then like a week before the con, I was like, oh yeah, I should probably put this together.
And then great success.
So yeah, just printing out all the stickers and putting them on the cards and sleeving them all and all that. So that was Saturday afternoon. That was we played a few more games there in Creator Central, and then at 7, I think it was 7 or 8 Saturday night, we had the Commander Cocktails event, which hands down my favorite event of the weekend. We did it last year, we did it again this year, and so if you don't know Commander Cocktails, it's hosted by Brian David Marshall, really nice guy. So basically, you get a booster box full of cards or full of packs. And they're mostly like Commander themed packs. Like there's Commander Legends, Baldur's Gate, was Forgotten Realms, was that a Commander set?
No, Forgotten Realms is the main expansion. So Baldur's Gate's the one.
So it was Baldur's Gate, Commander Legends, Commander Masters. There's some Lord of the Rings stuff. There was Modern Horizons. There was Dustborn, obviously, and there was a couple of the Mystery Booster 2 packs in there. So you get like 24 packs. You crack them all, and you build a commander deck, and you play that deck all weekend. And so basically it's like sealed commander, and
that sounds great.
Yeah, it's super fun. I've got my deck here that I built was this guy, Maelstrom Wanderer. Yeah, wow. Open that out of the Commander Masters, and for a sealed deck, it's pretty powerful. My wife, she opened this guy. You can see Nekusar, yeah. So
solid. Some solid, a classic, and a couple classic powerhouses.
Yeah. So those are super fun. Those are decks that we build, and we keep those together, and just kind of play just for fun, because they're not overpowered. I mean, the Maelstrom Wanderer is pretty powerful, but
all you need is a ham sandwich with that thing.
It's just fun to play those, just because they're not tuned, they're not like perfect decks. They're just fun to play. So we stayed there building our decks till midnight. We built our decks, and then we got to play one game. And so midnight is when the event hall closes. So we were there till midnight. So we were there from 8, between 8 and 8:30 in the morning till midnight. Full day full of Magic. And played some.
Is that 16 hours? 16 hours of Magic?
It's a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're only there one weekend, so that's my thoughts is get as much in
Blow
as
it
you
out.
can. Yeah, absolutely. So that was Saturday. We went back to the hotel, crashed, and then Sunday morning, same thing. Get up and get there between 8 and 8:30. I think we had one event on Sunday, which was a two-headed giant unknown event, and that was pretty fun. We did. I think it was we just made 60 card decks. I don't think it was Commander or anything. I don't remember 100%. My brain was fried at that point. So
Yeah.
and also like we built those decks for unknown, and then so with the Commanders and Cocktails decks. Oh, I forgot to show you. So with Commander Cocktails, I got this little cool
Oh, that's so awesome.
Fibblethip cheeky mug.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then
Jade.
they give you a like a drink token, so you can go to the bar there at the MagicCon and get a drink while you're putting your deck together. But with the Commander and Cocktails decks, you play those all weekend. So they have a special area set aside for just the Commanders and Cocktails players. So you can just go to that area and find people that have their Commanders and Cocktails decks, and so you're pretty evenly matched, and then play your games there. And they've got a little check thing, a paper for you to sign, and they do have prize tickets for that one. But it's not per win; it's just playing the games. So
Yeah.
it's not super competitive in that regard either. But so we had those games to play, and we had to do that. We had to, in order to get all of our prize tickets, we had to play 6 games. So, and we only got one in on Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have 5 games to play on Sunday. So we really, the unknown event on Sunday, we kind of just quickly built our decks and just played a few games real quick, so we could go and get our Commanders and Cocktails games done. So I really don't remember a whole lot about our unknown event, because we kind of just like blew through it in order to get through our.
Like, we don't care. We want to do our Commander games.
Yeah, so we took our decks upstairs to the creators area because we knew there would be Commander games up there, and we did a couple games downstairs at the Commanders and Cocktails area, and then I wanted to go upstairs and hang out with some of the other people from Discord and stuff. So we went up there and did a few Commanders and Cocktails games up there. We told the people like, hey, these are our decks. They're underpowered, so don't come in and like blow us out. Pick some fair decks, and and then we'll actually at one point we were like, yeah, we just need to get through this game. So if you want to try to blow us out real quick, just go for that. So
destroy me, please.
Yeah. So so that's what we did Sunday for the most part is. Hung out in the creators area and played some Commander with our Commanders and Cocktails decks. I met a bunch of other creators up there and shot a bunch of video because at that point on Sunday I hadn't really shot a ton of video because we were just so busy with events.
You're busy living it.
Yeah, and so and I was like carrying these binders around, and I didn't have a free hand to video and stuff all weekend. My wife was tired. She went down to the Black Lotus Lounge and hung out for about an hour, and I kind of just ran around and shot some B-roll and stuff for YouTube. And I met.
And was the Sunday really lively? A lot of cons that I've been to, the Sunday's like that weird, the spirit is a little out.
There's as many people there on Sunday as there is any other day. Yeah, it's
awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's like people on Sundays though. You will see people toting their luggage around because they're
lots of dragging.
Because they're they checked out of their hotel and then they got their flight that they're flying out that evening or whatever. So they've got you see people toting around suitcases throughout the con. But there's definitely as many people there on Sundays as there is any other day. But a lot of people are tired on Sunday too. So I went around, shot some B-roll. Sunday morning. We did go with early access. We went upstairs to the artist alley, and we stood in line for John Avon because obviously I wanted him to sign one of the lands in my binder.
What did he choose?
He's definitely my favorite artist for lands in Magic, and so I had him pick his favorite, and it was an interesting choice. It was Forest from Return to Ravnica, which is not one that I would have expected.
Yeah. He's done so many of my favorite lands. The original Shock lands, some of my favorite arts of all time.
The first Unlands, the Unhinged Unlands. Those are some of my favorites. He did the
Magic
ones.
lands are almost just John Avon lands to some extent.
Yeah, I mean my favorite mountain is a John Avon mountain. So from 7th, 8th edition. So he gave me a pretty good story. I'm not going to tell you the whole story here, but the land that he picked was a forest from Return to Ravnica, and he said it was based off the city of Chicago. So
Oh,
that was his inspiration for that forest.
you got to put that up on the
So
screen later. I'm
yeah, I'll
trying to pick which one. Wow. Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
so that's the forest that he signed, Forest 270 from Return to Ravnica. And yeah, I got the story about that. That what I told you was part of the story. The other part of the story is probably not suitable for this podcast, but
Okay.
yeah. So
Exciting.
yeah, when you go to if you ever meet John Avon, you'll get a story with yeah, he did the art for the secret layer, the Emrakul secret layer. It had like Brainstorm and a couple other cards that he did in it, and so I bought that. He had like prints of those, so I bought those and a mat for my son because my son just loves Emrakul. I do too, and obviously John Avon, and so we had him sign the mat, and we got a good story from him on that too. It was pretty funny. So yeah, John Avon, he's a really funny guy, and if you meet him, you'll probably get a pretty good story.
Yeah, I'm
So
excited. He has so many arts that are just so beautiful and iconic to Magic.
yeah, he did the
Yeah.
plane he did the planes with the lotuses in the sky. He did that planes
Oh
for
yeah.
the Festival of Vox. So I had him sign one of those. Um, so
Yeah, one of those on my desk. I think it's in this turtle
yeah,
pack.
it's in
So,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And yeah, so that was Sunday morning. We did that before, because he always has a giant line, and like we got there early, and we were standing in line still whenever they let everybody else in at 10, and his line was just immediately packed. So I'm glad we got there early, did that, and then we did our events, our two-headed giant on Sunday, and then played some Commander really for the rest of the day until 7 o'clock when it closed, or 6 o'clock.
I'll tell you what, this is the most I've heard about two-headed giant in a long, long time. I remember there used to be like one of event at the pre-release, and now it's like more like a big MagicCon experience. So it's still
Well, yeah,
alive and well. Is it 30 life? Is it
30 life, 15.
okay?
I think it's 15 poison. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so so I did actually build a poison deck because you know what, it was Commander for the two-headed giant as well because I built Finn, Fangbearer.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, so I built that with a bunch of Death Touch creatures. So
Yep.
yeah, it
Get
was
in there.
yeah, that it was pretty fun. Like I said, I love MagicCon because you get all those different formats. Like last year, we did a Team Trios event because it was me, my wife, and my middle son went last year, and we did a Team Trio. So I think we got like a whole booster box of mystery boosters, the original ones, and just built 3 decks and then played against 3 other people. So it was like basically no, we played 1v1, but it was all 3 of us sitting together. So we played
Oh,
against another team.
right.
So yeah, so that was the Team Trios event. They've got like all kinds of like older drafts that you can do. Like I think it was maybe last year they had like a original Zendikar block draft. Um, I know this year at for one of the events was the professor did the old pre-con or the old what are they called? Pre-release
Oh,
kits.
pre-release kits.
Yeah, so he had him dig out a bunch of old pre-release kits, and so you got a random like pre-release kit. My son last year did one where you just got a random commander deck, pre-con commander deck, and then you sat down at a table with 4 people or 3 other people and played sealed commander basically with just your pre-cons. They do have a bunch of events where you can bring your constructed decks. They have they had an event where I think it's like called Turbo Commander because they usually do the turbo events where they kind of try to shorten it. They like start them at like 9 or 10 at night, and so it's
Okay.
only meant to be like 1 round or whatever. But they changed the rules a little bit. Like with the Turbo Commander, you could play an extra land per turn, and you could draw an extra card per turn.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you bring your own commander deck to that, but it's just different rules. So he brought his Nekizar deck because he's like, if people are going to be drawing extra cards,
Extra damage.
yeah. So kind of metagaming that with those rules, but yeah, I just love MagicCons for all the different like formats that you can play, different events that you can play in. So, but
Yeah.
I mean, 1 or 2 events per day is quite a lot. I mean, anything you can't really do more than 2 events per day. We did that. We tried that the first year at Magic 30, and we were just like our brains are fried at the end of the day. You kind of, for me personally, I need a break. So
Yeah.
the only reason we did 2 in one day is because we had the one. I think the first one was like 11 a.m. and then the second one was 8 p.m. So we had
Okay.
a pretty good break in there. But like I didn't even have time to do any of the preview panels, which there's a couple of them I wanted to see, but I mean I don't really. Those aren't really high on my list because like I can watch the video afterwards. Like seeing it live is not like there's other things that I would rather do if given the choice. But like, I mean, there's something there for everyone. There's, like I said, there's the artists, there's the creators central where you can, sit down and play with your favorite creators. Like, I mean, there's everybody hanging out there. There's Brian Kibler, his wife, they're, hanging out. Like most, like any creator that is there, you're gonna, be able to find at the Creator Central, cosplayers, all kinds of stuff in that little section.
Did you find any of the MTG Goldfish creators? That's one where I consume a lot of content from.
Yeah, so they actually played that set symbol game.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Tomer and Morgan, I think. Those two. Okay. Yeah, they sat down and played. I didn't see Saffron Olive this year. I saw him last year, got a picture with him.
No Krim, no Richard?
I didn't see Krim, no.
Okay.
I don't think saw him. But like I said, I was only up there for a few hours on Saturday. Hopefully, hopefully if I get invited to Chicago, like that's where I'm going to spend all my time, I think. So I think if I get invited to Chicago as a creator, my plan is to do Commanders and Cocktails and do that Friday, and then have that deck on me all weekend up in the creators area, just, jamming games with people and hanging out and shooting content. Hopefully I could do a meet and greet and have people, sign the lands in my binders.
Yeah, we got to fill that out.
Yeah. I got a ton of signatures, a ton of cool stories, met a ton of cool people. Lots of people donated lands that I needed. It was really awesome. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to Chicago. And but if you're wanting to do a MagicCon, I highly recommend it. Like I said, there's stuff there for everyone. There's the artists if you're into that. There's the stuff they have on stage. They did some like Family Feud style game with creators versus like staff of Wizards of the Coast. They do the cosplay competition. Some of those, man, those just blow me away. Some of the awesome cosplays that people do there. You've got like Mark Rosewater hosts a couple talking about like card design and stuff like that.
Yeah, like his Drive to Work podcast. Does he do a live one of those, stuff like that?
Yeah, there's always like preview panels. They did one for Foundations. They did one kind of for Marvel. They did one for the Aether Drift. They talked about that a little bit. They did, talked about all the sets for 2025. But like, I don't prioritize those, like I said, because, I can watch that later. I just kind of want to live in the moment, and do other things. But some people love those. So that's there. There's always something going on the stage. Like there's half the floor downstairs is vendors. So if you want to sell cards, if you want to buy cards, if you want to buy other kind of merchandise, I got this cursed Fibblethip deck box.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's so crazy.
He's so green.
I know they can't decide whether he's green or teal. Like
blue.
Yeah, like if you look at this and then you look at the one up there, like he's always different shades. But I think,
are you a goblin or are you a homunculus?
I feel like that's the correct color.
I agree.
It's closer to its card. Yeah. But yeah, there's so there are all kinds of vendors downstairs.
Did you get any choice pickups for your collection that you're trying to fill out, or did you even have time for that?
No, Like I don't buy singles normally.
Okay.
I'm a sealed. I buy sealed product. Yes, I know you're supposed to buy singles. I buy sealed product, but I don't crack packs. I play with everything I open. So I buy sealed product and then do events here at the house. Like I really want to do a Commanders and Cocktails type event here at my house and put together a box full of cards for people to open and kind of, have like once a month or every few weeks get together and just play games with those decks.
Yeah,
that's kind of
a blast.
That's kind of my favorite way to play Commander now is those, sealed type events, because you're not up against people, try-hardy people building, these tuned decks. It's kind of, it's more fair and balanced, and it's better than kind of like a pre-con versus pre-con, which that's fun. I like doing that.
And a lot of variety. You're not playing the same cards every game.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Ring, this,
right.
That. Yeah.
Well, honestly, the main thing is I know I'm not going to run into Thoracle. So
yeah, Thoracle's gone. You're not guaranteed a P-Pro or a Blasphemous Act. All those every game cards. You're like, hey, I don't know what's going to happen. You're going to see some uncommons you never played against.
Yeah, you're going to be like, what's that card? I've never seen that before. Yeah.
Some awesome interactions. You're probably like, here's my 1/1 flyer for 2. What's it do? That's it, man.
Right? Yeah, it's the right color. That's what it does.
Or you're playing Foundations, you play that 12/8. You're like, this is great. This is powerful.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to build a box of cards that's got Foundations, Modern Horizons 3, Commander Legends, Commander Masters, and then probably when Aether Drift comes out, throw those in and some mystery booster packs and have at it.
Yeah, just go nuts. Yeah. Limited is a beautiful thing in Magic. I think it's always had that leg up on the other card games.
Yeah.
You can just take a pile of cards and riddle them together, and you've got a game. And I think that's never gonna be bad. You know?
Yeah, I haven't really been a limited player because I played standard every night, Friday Night Magic. I loved 60 card formats, constructed formats. But like now that I don't really play standard, you know, I love playing limited formats, and I kind of love coming up with the different formats to play here at home. That's kind of more casual. That's different than just a standard booster draft or whatever that you get at a game store. So
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing about Magic is they're game pieces. They're
uh-huh.
not. It's not one thing. Magic's not one thing. You can customize it. You have rules text. Yeah, we behave in that, but you can alter it. Make
Yeah,
your own format. I mean, Commander exists because people made it up.
right. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, you've got your, and then we got games within games. We got the set symbol game. You got the Winston draft variants and all that good stuff.
yeah,
You just go nuts. So
yeah.
definitely awesome.
So yeah, that was the weekend. It was
Yeah, weekend to
a
remember.
very very packed weekend, and I'm looking forward to doing it again in Chicago.
I can't wait to look at all your videos to see all the items and things and
Yeah,
people you met and really follow through and see like, okay, he hit me on the highlights of this. I'm like, I do want to see specifically what that guy said, his story about that land. I do want to see
yeah,
these faces to the names.
yeah.
I'm excited to do that.
I've got so much footage that I'm combing through right now, and
Yeah.
hopefully, whenever you're watching this podcast video, within there either will be a video out, or within the next couple days there will be a video about my MagicCon adventures. So if you do have questions about MagicCon, just post them down here in the comments of this video, and we'll be happy to answer them. Maybe either type them out, or we can do a Q&A on one of our future podcast episodes. So I mean, if you got questions about anything about Magic that you want to see us talk about, throw them down in the comments too, and we can do kind of like a mailbag section on our
Yeah,
podcast
that'd be
here.
great.
So
Love to
yeah,
hear feedback from the populace.
I will show you some other things I got at.
Oh,
Yeah, I got the
podcast exclusives.
the comics here, and
Yeah.
we got the. I was hoping we were going to get the actual Secret Lair cards. We got the Doctor Strange counter spells.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those, so that was cool. And that's really, I think, all I got to show right now as far as stuff. We got to show off the Fibblethip Tiki.
Yeah, we love that.
This is one of my
We love
one of my favorite things. I got the. He came from MagicCon too. I love the little Fibblethip. So he's kind of like the mascot for MagicCons. So
Yeah.
they had a scavenger hunt there where you could find Fibblethip. You scanned a little QR code, and once you collected so many Fibblethip's, you got actually here you got this little postcard for
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
It's adorable. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so just little things like that all around the convention. And I heard actually there were some people that had the actual Fibblethip cards from War of the Spark, and they wrote like congratulations, you found Fibblethip Vegas 24 on it, and like hid those around the convention too, and people were posting those online and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd love to see who got that. That's so cute. It's little Easter eggs to really spice up life. That's so good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I think that's it for MagicCon. We'll just wrap this up. Oh wait, hang on. I almost forgot about this. So Sunday morning, I ran into two people that recognized me from my YouTube channel, which was kind of insane to think about that, people actually people do actually watch the stuff that I put out there and enjoy it. So yeah, I was walking in Sunday morning, and this guy, his name's Chase. He's walking next to me, and he's like, "Hey, I know you. You're on YouTube, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, I knew that beard from somewhere." So, so yeah, he recognized the beard, and we talked, and he had the Black Lotus too, but that's the first time I'd seen him all weekend, and so I ended up meeting up with him later that day, just on like coincidence. And he signed a land for the binder and stuff. And then, so these deck boxes, this is a showcase deck box, which are really cool. Small plug for them. They gave me a couple deck boxes to give away, so I took them to MagicCon and kind of posted on my Instagram and other social medias that I was giving them away to come find me at MagicCon. And so Sunday morning, I'm up getting my plushie from the merch table, and there's a guy in line, and he's like, "Hey, you're giving away a deck, aren't you?" And I was just kind of like, yeah. He's like, "You're giving away a deck box. I subscribe to you on YouTube," and like had a whole fan moment there. It was really cool. So we went over. He bought his stuff. We went over to some of the empty tables, and I gave him his deck box and everything, and he had me sign it. The first time I had somebody ask for my autograph, and then he signed a land for the binder. His name is Morgan. Really cool dude, and yeah, it was kind of surreal having that kind of fan moment. So it was fun. So that's
The internet people became real life people.
yeah, it was my first experience like that, and it was cool. So So yeah, that's
you can never shave your beard.
I know, right? So Chase, Morgan, if you're watching, shout out to you guys. And so, like I said, if you guys have any questions about MagicCon, throw them down in the comments. If you got any questions about Magic in general that you want us to talk about, we could do a little mailbag section on our podcast here. Throw those down in the comments. The set symbol game is going to be posted on YouTube. I was actually editing those right before started recording tonight. So those will be coming up. So I'm just ton of footage to come through for MagicCon, and I'm gonna try to get it all out there. But we just wanted to get this, get the podcast out real quick for you guys, and have some more polished content coming to you soon. So, Nick, you got anything else before we wrap up?
No, I'm just looking to talk about some more Magic coming in the coming weeks and seeing all these videos come out. Looking forward to talking to y'all, and maybe one day we get a little bigger, you'll see me out there with Josh. We'll see how that goes.
Maybe next, we'll play this set symbol game on our podcast with you more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for today. As always, don't forget to like, shower, and subscribe. And me and Nick will see you guys next time.